Chaotic energy before the sun even thought about gracing the sky. Generators buzzed and whirred like a swarm of hyperactive bees. Women swept the dusty compounds with a fierce determination. And the joyful cacophony of children's laughter soared through the air like a symphony as they scrambled to get ready for school. 7-year-old Taiwo Akinwale absolutely adored mornings. I mean, who wouldn't? He cherished the mouth-watering aroma of pap bubbling on the stove like a magical potion. He relished the thrill of tying his school belt in a haphazard fashion, only to have his mother swoop in with a dazzling smile to fix it right up. And let's not forget the way Bolei, his incredible mom, planted a loving kiss on his forehead before darting out the door like a superhero on a mission. Now, Taiwo might not have been the loudest kid on the block, but let me tell you, he was a keen observer. He noticed the tiniest details that others brushed aside. The cracks in the walls that seemed to whisper secrets. The way adults shifted their tones when anxiety crept in. And that fleeting sadness that sometimes danced across his mother's face when she counted money late into the night, like it was some twisted game of chance. Bolade was everything to Taiwo, his shining star, his universe, his everything wrapped in one. What the hell could be more important than that? Bolade Akinwale was 36 and already tired of life, but she never showed it. She worked endlessly, selling fabrics at Idumota, sewing at night, and taking extra errands whenever she could. Since Taiwo's father died 5 years earlier, she had become both mother and father. There was no luxury of rest. Her greatest fear was failing her son. When her workload increased, Bolade faced a painful question. Who would take care of Taiwo after school? That was when Tunde stepped in. Tunde Oladipo had lived in the compound for over 6 years. He was 44, calm, articulate, and generous. He drove a black Jeep that looked expensive and always wore a faint smile. He helped neighbors willingly, paid children's school fees sometimes, fixed broken gates without complaint. When Bolade explained her struggle, Tunde nodded sympathetically. "Don't worry," he said. "Taiwo can stay with me. I'm always home in the afternoons." Bolade hesitated, but everyone vouched for him. "He's like a brother," one neighbor said. "He's very responsible," another added. Bolade agreed, blindly grateful. From that day, routines changed. Tunde drove Taiwo to school in the mornings, picked him up after classes, bought him snacks, helped him with homework. Taiwo's teachers noticed the improvement. "This boy is becoming serious," his teacher said proudly. Bolade felt peace, something rare in her life. She trusted Tunde completely. Months passed. Then Taiwo changed. He stopped singing while bathing. He avoided eye contact. He began waking up screaming. Bolade assumed it was stress. Children grow, she told herself. Children change. She never imagined the truth was hiding behind politeness and gifts. One evening, Bolade returned earlier than usual. The compound was unusually quiet. She knocked on Tunde's door. No response. She knocked again. When the door opened, Taiwo rushed past her, clinging tightly to her wrapper. Tunde laughed awkwardly. Children can be dramatic. Bolade forced a smile, but something inside her twisted. That night, Taiwo refused to sleep alone. Days later, Taiwo collapsed during assembly. At the clinic, Bolade noticed bruises she couldn't explain, not obvious, but enough to worry a mother's heart. His teacher pulled her aside. "Madam," she said gently, "Taiwo has been withdrawn for weeks. He flinches when touched." Bolade's chest tightened. That night, Bolade sat beside Taiwo on the bed. "My son," she said softly, "did someone hurt you?" Taiwo shook his head at first. Then he broke. Tears soaked Bolade's wrapper as Taiwo whispered words no child should ever have to say. Bolade felt her heart shatter, but she stayed strong. For him. The next morning, Bolade reported the matter. At the police station, her hands trembled, but she spoke clearly. "This is my child," she said. "I will protect him." Medical professionals confirmed abuse without detailing it. Social workers intervened. Tunde was arrested quietly. No drama, no shouting. But the compound erupted. Whispers spread. "Are you sure? He's too respectable." Why would a man like that? Bolade faced judgment, isolation, and cruel gossip. Some neighbors avoided her. Others blamed her. But she stood firm. Taiwo stopped speaking for weeks. He drew dark pictures. He woke up crying. He feared closed doors. Bolade attended every counseling session, held him through every nightmare. Slowly, Taiwo began to heal. One day he laughed again. Bolade cried. The court process was long. Bolade relived the pain repeatedly, but she never missed a hearing. She looked Tunda in the eye once, not with hatred but with resolve. Justice was slow, but it came. After the case, Bolade changed. She spoke to other mothers. She visited schools. She joined child protection programs. Her message was simple. Trust wisely. Listen to your children. Silence hides monsters. 1 year later, Taiwo turned 8. He was stronger, still cautious but hopeful. On his birthday, he hugged his mother tightly. "Mommy," he said, "thank you for believing me." Bolade held him, tears flowing freely. "I will always believe you." One morning, Taiwo sang again while bathing. Bolade smiled. The silence had been broken, not by fear, but by truth, courage, and love.